a big scare. I jumped off a bridge in the creation of the show that I was last in, and my costuming wasn't correct, and I got caught on something. And when I was jumping, I was trying to jump onto like a lift that was a slide, and I got caught up. So as I jumped, everything was in slow motion.
Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about our life, your life, and my life. And through Kelly, we hope to inspire. I have Ahmahd Thomas on the show today. Ahmahd was a Circus LA performer, and I say was because our industry is shut down. And right now, performers can't perform because of COVID, which is mind-blowing, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy considering like how big the industry is and how many things have had to shut down. And
how, let's go back to the day that you found out that you were not going to be working. What's emotionally, it's disbelief at first. Yeah,
so actually for me, I finished my show before the COVID struck. So I finished doing my tour to go be on tour with my wife, just to be like, we call it an OAM, official company member of her show. So for me, I was already kind of in a transitional phase before the Cirque du Soleil closed down.
So that's a blessing?
For me, it was kind of a blessing, yeah. Like I had the feeling like it's time to move on from here. Not necessarily move on, but like find a new path inside the world that I'm already in. Use my skills for something different. So I already had a plan to start doing other things. And then obviously my wife Amber too, also she wants to move on too. So it kind of struck it.
Did you guys meet on through Cirque du Soleil?
Yeah, so we met on...
Me and my husband met on set too.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. we met in 2012 on Miss There, the show that I first did. It was my first show. I think it was definitely her first show as well.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And yeah, we met and then...
So what is the audition like for Circus LA?
Okay, so the first sort of thing that they do is they do like your actual skills. So my skill set was gymnastics. I came from elite gymnastics. But in the audition, you're gonna have gymnasts, tumblers, people that just from acrobatics or parkour. You can have the whole array of sort of the acrobatic world. So they give you like a bit to warm up, you warm yourself up, and then you showcase what your skill that you've built up through your years are. So for me, I did some tumbling, did all the things that I do, and that's like first round. Second round, they give you like some choreography to learn, and they try and get you out of your comfort zone. So they try to see because you may be the best gymnast in the world, but if you're timid and you can't perform, that's not really what they're looking for. So you showcase your thing, and then they try and get you to do something that they want you to do. And that kind of weeds a lot of people out like quite fast.
Yeah.
So that's day one. Then the day two, I came back and I had to do like a physical strength and my flexibility.
So it's grueling.
Yeah, so it was a 2-day audition. I flew out the year before I finished gymnastics in 2000. I finished 2011. I flew to Vegas.
What do you mean you finished gymnastics?
So I finished competing.
Okay, because I was like, do you ever really?
Yeah. It's I'll never be finished doing
You're
gymnastics.
still doing.
That's
how are you changed? Because I know being a performer and going through shows, each show you're changed a little bit. Each show you grow a little bit. How are you changed from the naive person that went into that audition to now?
Basically, I feel like the audition I did, I was definitely afraid, but I knew that I had to let go of that fear, basically. I knew that if I've flown from England to Las Vegas to do an audition, I better try and smash this, you know? Like, I'm gonna go all out. So I let go of that feeling on that first day. And progressively, as I've gone through different shows, so the first show I did was Miss There, and it was a thrust stage. So you have all the people in front of you. The second show I did was in the round, so the audience is all the way around. And
I was in a thing with all the way around.
Yeah,
the show that I went to.
That was probably Love then. So it was the Beatles show. I did that one. So that was the second show I did. And that one taught me a lot about being on stage, because there's no point where no one, like, you can't hide at all. So your character is always on stage. until you're past the curtain, somebody can see you at any angle, you know? So that, just from going from that show to the second show, I feel like being in the round upped my performance. I felt more comfortable because I had to be more comfortable.
What is the culture like? The people, I mean, what pressure do you put on each other?
I wouldn't say people really pressure each other. It's quite a friendly environment. Like
More positive, more encouraging.
absolutely. Like people, when you're new to a cast, so most of the time people are replacing other people who are moving on to another show or another path or whatever. So you're filling the shoes of somebody. So you come into the cast and the people are already been in that show for X amount of years, weeks, months, whatever. And they've all had that same feeling of stepping into somebody else's shoes. So everyone is very friendly in that terms. No one's very negative at all.
Do
it's quite
you
good
have
culture.
lifetime bonds that you built through?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I found my wife on my first show that I got to, so that was great.
She's here, by the way.
She
That's
is,
the reason I'm looking
yeah,
out.
that's why we're looking that way. She's sat over there. And then, yeah, I've made some like, it's a place where people have the same passion as you.
Yeah.
So it's easier to connect with people.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I find through acting. I mean, that's what I love. One of my loves is the bonds that you make after you do a show. It's like you're just, I don't know, there's just this intimate bond that that's only broken when that person does something that shatters.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's going to go forever.
Well, I mean, like you're on, for me, you're on stage with however many people you're on stage with, and you're trying to give the best of yourself to the people that are there. And if you're on stage with your friends, that can amplify your best, amplify their
and
best.
That energy is just, I
and
feel
people
it right
can
now.
feel it. Yeah, people can feel that from, for me, the most important thing is to, when I was on stage, the thing I always used to think about was not having a barrier between where the stage ends and where the people are sitting.
Yeah.
I like for there to be like a transfer of the energy. If I'm giving it back, if they give it back, it's like, it's a sharing moment. It's not just a spectacle.
And it's crazy, like when I'm training people, that's what I tell them is it's literally a giving of the spirit.
Yes.
And your spirit receives my spirit. Your spirit as an audience member, if I'm magnified and I'm glowing, you're gonna feel and it literally is a passive energy. Like
absolutely.
I don't care who believes in it or not. Like it's true.
Absolutely.
So now, because of COVID, you have well, you actually said that you had intended anyway, but you're interested in or training to become a stunt performer for film and television.
Absolutely. So,
and you've gotten to do a few things.
So yeah, the first thing that the thing that I've done so far was 2015. I did a production with NBC. It was called The Wiz Live. It was I think every year they do like a Christmas special. So I got to do that. I was working as one of the...
Do you find the energy, it's hard because you're used to, I'm just saying I came from stage, so when I first transitioned over to film, it was so different because I'm used to feeding off of that audience.
Yes, it was a very strange thing to be like, okay, we're going to set, and then set is inside a like box room that is just there's nobody to, I don't know, to reach for, to feel for, to kind of project out to. So that was a very interesting switch in the dynamics. But I don't know, once you kind of get past that, it was okay.
Right.
It was good.
You just got to figure out where to put it.
Yeah, but it definitely was like this is a strange feeling. This is not the same feeling as being on stage, but it was nice.
So, and you're teaching right now?
Yes, so I'm teaching at Worldwide Center. We've got some like things that come from my world. So we're doing like an acrobatics class. We're doing like a body preparation class so you can help prevent injuries and to just keep your body in tip-top condition.
This is for kids or adults?
For me, for anyone. Like the stuff that I do, I'm not really so much of a weight kind of one of those kind of people. I like to use my body weight because in gymnastics, it's pretty much all from the strength that you can use from within. So I like to train with my body weight. So for me, that can apply from little kids to even old people.
Yeah. I told you I have a little infant now, and I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put the little. He's gonna be like. I see him. I don't know. Sorry, my humor. So, how do people find out about your classes?
You can go to atlstunts.com. You can find us on Facebook in the ATL Stunts group, Instagram as well, ATL Stunts. You can check out through my page. My Instagram is ahmad.thomas.circus. So that's kind of where we'll be, and we'll be putting updates and posts and
I
stuff
think
like
this is
that.
exciting for Atlanta. Who would not want to train underneath you? To give some if you had to give some advice to somebody who says, hey, I want to be like you, what's the hard truth about being you?
Persistence, dedication, and just being passionate about it. If you have a passion for acrobatics or circus or gymnastics, they're not sports that I feel you can play. It's not really like a playing sport. You can't just go out and kick a ball around. You need to be in the right environment with the right people, because it can be dangerous.
Yeah.
So for me, it's persistence, dedication, the right environment, and being focused. Like, if you're really about it, be about it and use your power. Everyone's got power inside them. And if you put it into the thing you're passionate about, you will progress. So,
Okay, really quickly share an experience that almost scared the shenanigans out of you, and you had to push yourself. It wasn't so much of a push, but a big scare. I jumped off a bridge in the creation of the show that I was last in, and my costuming wasn't correct, and I got caught on something. And when I was jumping, I was trying to jump onto like a lift that was a slide, and I got caught up. And as I jumped, my leg got stuck on my costume got stuck on a thing. So as I jumped, everything was in slow motion. So I don't know, that scared me. It was like I was falling and everything went in slow motion, but I didn't panic and everything was okay. I think because I felt. But your adrenaline was like.
Yeah, my adrenaline was so high that it was like, this is going so slow. But that helped me.
Yeah.
Adrenaline
Awesome.
saved me.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. Guys, we hope that this segment educated and inspired you.